everyone, this is Lisalovesstitchin of the Lisalovesstitchin flosstube channel. Of course, my name is Lisa. Welcome if you're a returning viewer and subscriber. If you're a new viewer, I hope you'll come back again. This is just going to be a fairly short video, I think. I will have a couple of videos I can attach to the end of this. One I did a mini tour of our fruit tree and that recently, so I'll share that with you, and also a tour of my craft trolley which I use to store my whips, which I recorded this morning. I just wanted to also check in and hope you're all got all your crafting supplies if you're stuck at home with the COVID-19 incident. I've managed to get everything I need for my current project, which is, if I show you, it's the Miss Lucy Calcut by Just Stitching Along 1825. It's a gorgeous sampler. Like, look at all those pinks and that. Oh, just so pretty. I'm just doing this one in DMC. And oh, I tell you, where is it? Oh, there it is. That motif there, nightmare. I'm gonna have to pull it undone and start again. I thought I had it right and it's sent me cross-eyed and I've miscounted, so I need to pull it out. So I'm working on some other motifs because I recently bought some thread off, sorry about that, some threads of Itchy Stitchy. It's an Australian website based in Queensland, and I got 85 cents a skein for DMC. It was brilliant. So I managed to get some DMC that I couldn't get at Spotlight recently. Now normally DMC retails for about $1.30 here, so 85 cents a skein is brilliant. $5 postage, and it came within 2 days, so that was brilliant. So so this is where I'm up to so far. I gave it a bit of an iron this morning, but not a thorough iron, but it'll do. So I've started with the center motif, and now I've got the green thread I need for the stems. I can work on the little stems that go out here with like a tulip sort of thing, and then I'm going to have to pull all this back and start again because that gap is too big. Oh, wait on. Sorry, I've got it upside down. I'm thinking, what's wrong? Oh God, I'm hopeless. This is what happens when you do it off the cuff and you rush. So this set of grape type flowers should come down closer to here, and it doesn't, so I've miscounted somewhere, so I'm going to redo that motif. I've done the bottom of the basket, like the vase, and then I'm working on the stems going around each of these, and then go from there. Oops, God, it's all falling apart. So this is gorgeous linen from Jay's Cross Stitch. It's 32 count spun sugar, and it's the softest, palest pink. You can't really tell there, but it is pale, pale pink, and it is gorgeous. I really love it. So that's from Jay's Cross Stitch, if you want to have a look at her Etsy store. And she can, if you contact her, if you've got a particular size that doesn't fit with what she has in her store, she might be able to help you out and cut it to size. Don't forget to give her the measurements, including, you know, how much allowance you want for framing. I put 3 inches. But yeah, it was really excellent service with Jay's Cross Stitch, so thank you, Jay. And I'm going to be ordering another lot of this fabric for my Samplers Not Forgotten English garden. So that's that. With my I'll show you where I got up to with my Baby It's Cold Outside. I just got to a point where I needed a break from it, so I started Lucy Calcut because I just needed a break. I've been working on it non-stop for all of February and I just needed a break, but I really enjoyed it. So I've done the barn and the house, like the cabin, and I just started on the tree, and I've got one snowflake done. I've got basically all the snow on the ground done, so I just need to add the trees. the snowflakes, and I'm thinking instead of stitching a bird, I might put a bird bead on there somewhere, if I can find one, on a button. Yeah, and I don't know if I'll do all the writing. I might just put "Baby It's Cold Outside" down the bottom and make it into a pillow. So that's almost finished, and that's on 32 count Confederate grey that I got from All Threads, not All Threads, Linen and Threads online. Okay, I've got a big piece of cardboard now I can use from my cupboard being built. I'll share some photos of that as well. So I've got the Hemnes cupboard with the glass fronted doors for my craft room, and I want a second one later on, but this will do for now. And I'm putting that in my room, and I'm going to use the cardboard to wrap my fabric on and stick that on the shelves. So that'll be really good, and I can put my yarn in there as well. So I haven't worked on any other samplers or anything, so that's all my whips for now. I don't have any FOs. I just wanted to share with the Baby It's Cold Outside sale, Gulf Coast Stitches and Heartstreak Samplery and some of the other well-known floss tubers were organising a giveaway as part of that for just sharing the love that Leanne inspired in all of us. Leanne Malzewski, who passed away from breast cancer last month. And I got my wish granted, and I got the Heartstring Samplery T-ball ornaments, so I'm really looking forward to doing these. I want to at least get one done by the end of the year in honour of Leanne, so I can hang that on the Christmas tree because she loved Christmas so much, and I love Christmas. And thank you to Beth Twist for her generous donations in regard to the patterns for the Baby It's Cold Outside sale, to make it possible for the money to be available for the Grant Your Stitchy Wish. So thank you so much. It's much appreciated, and I'll think of Leanne when I have those tea balls made and hung on my tree for Christmas. One other thing I wanted to show you was, I don't think I've showed you this yet. I often find myself in bed because, during the night. I can't sleep because I'm not feeling well or whatever. So sometimes, or during the day, so sometimes I want to sit and stitch to while away the time. So I got this breakfast fold-out table. It's got metal legs and a laminate top, and it's got a slot here for my iPad so I can watch Netflix while I stitch. It's got a cup holder, and it's really big, and it sits over your knees in bed or even in your chair, and you can sit your light on there for your daylight lamp, and even I can screw on my hoop. So that is an awesome buy. It was $15 at the Reject Shop, which is our version of Dollar Tree and the Pound Store. So if you're in Australia, Reject Shop has these for $15, and they're awesome, and they're really sturdy. They've got the nice metal legs, and they're very comfortable. So I've already used it. I love it. So I just thought I'd share that with you. And then I'm just going to, oh, sorry, Pearl. Miss Pearl to say hello. Hello, hello, hi. Don't think she's very impressed because I disturbed her getting ready to sit down. She sits next to me on the lounge on a blanket. So I'll pop her down there. She's 19. Sit down. Yeah, she's not very impressed. So that's all I have to share with you today. I'm going to go and have some lunch now with Wayne, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'm working from home all next week just to avoid contact with people. So that'll be good, and it looks like Wayne might be working from home as well, so that'll be fun. Yeah, so I'll catch you all later. There's Wayne, he just walked past. He's just had some prawns. All right, love to you all. Stay safe, wash your hands. So I thought I would give you all a little tour of my craft trolley. This is how I organise things lately. So I got this cute little trolley from Kmart for, I think it was about $39. And it's a kitchen trolley. but it's the same as the IKEA ones pretty much, except it has these handles up the top, which as you can see work out quite handy for putting on my hoop, and I'm able to work hands-free in the living room if I want, or wherever I've got the trolley, which has worked out quite well. And then what I do is I stand this open, but the other way around, because I don't want to show you the chart, up the other end so I can see what I'm stitching. So at the moment I'm working on Miss Lucy Calcut 1825 by Just Stitching Along. It's a really pretty sampler. It's got lots of pinks and soft colours in it. And I'm stitching it on 36 count spun sugar by Jay's Cross Stitch, which I'll show you later. That's her details if you would like to get in touch. Have a look at her Etsy store, as she has some really lovely hand-dyed fabric. And she also does, if you ask, she can cut it to size if you need it. So in the top tray is my tools. So obviously I've got my hoop here, which I got from Amazon, and I've got this old coffee jar which has my orts in it. I made this parking mat, thread parking mat, which I've got in this little flower shape here. I've actually got a magnet embedded in there, and it's got a cute little bead, and I put my scissors there, threads that I'm using, and this is how I store my threads in my project bags, which I'll show you my newest project bag shortly. So I just use these little Coles snack bags. They're very inexpensive and do the job, and they've got a spot for you to write the thread. So I put the brand and the number, if it's got a number, or a name if it's a fancy floss, and then I also put the project I'm using it for currently, just so that it's easy to identify. You're not finding some random DMC. I can know that that belongs to Lucy, so it just makes it easier. I've also got my little address book with Stitchy Friends contact details in, so that if I want to send them a little card or whatever, I've got that handy. I've got my knitting notions in this top tin, and this one, and inside this one from Laura is my counting pin. I've got my business cards there that I had out to use when packaging up my needle minders for my Etsy store. I've got a just a seam ripper there, but I rarely use that because I don't want to risk damaging the fabric. And then I've got some cute needle minders just stored on the side there with spare needles until I need them. So that's the top drawer. Oh, and I've got these things that everyone's using to hold their fabric out the way. So I've just stored those on the handle there. They fit quite nicely, and they're there ready if I need them. The second tier is dedicated to current whips, cross-stitch whips that I'm working on. So I've got my Baby It's Cold Outside fabric there. Baby It's Cold Outside, Baby It's Cold Outside threads and chart. My Templar Prophecy thread and chart in the bag, and my chart from the recent retreat that I went to, the Mirabilia retreat. And then here I've just got my Botany Bay sampler in a bag. I need some more project bags, seriously. And this one is a chart I received in the mail from Julie of Gulf Coast Stitches. Thank you so much, Julie. I doubt she watches this, but just in case, thank you so much. This was given to me as a gift along with the special giveaway that was happening for Baby It's Cold Outside Sal in honour of Leanne Malzewski, who passed away from breast cancer last month, and yeah, so I'll think of Leanne this Christmas because I want to do at least one tea ball, and I'll do that and put it up in honour of Leanne. Thank you. And thanks to Heartstring Sampler as well, Beth Twist. She made exceptional donations so that this could happen. And then down on my bottom tier, if I go down further, is all my knitting and crochet whips. One knitting whip's inside on the lounge because I had it out, but there's the crochet shawl I'm making, and I've got in the tea bag, in the teapot bag is some socks I'm knitting and things like that. So they're all handy there. So whatever takes my fancy, it's all there waiting for me in my trolley, and that stores next to my chair in the lounge room where I do most of my stitching. And then when visitors come or at night, I can easily wheel it down into my craft room to store away out of sight, so it looks tidy. And also sometimes if I'm not feeling well, I can just wheel it down into the bedroom and set it up with my little breakfast tray, bed breakfast tray that I bought recently from the Reject Shop, which is the Australian version of the pound store or the Dollar Tree, I suppose. So I'll show you that later too. Anyway, that's all. I just wanted to share my organisation with you. Hi everyone, I just wanted to also do a video showing you the bag I got from Teaser Handmaids, Taryn Zerbel. That's her details there if you want to get in touch with her. She does have a Facebook group, or you've got her email address there and Instagram. So she makes lovely bags, excellent service, and she has this really cool Outlander fabric which I wanted to show you. And it's got lots of Jamie on there, and I've got my kitted up threads for DMC threads for Lucy Calcutt, and then on the inside it's got this gorgeous tartan fabric, and it's like a quilted, like a batting in between the fabric, and it's really lovely. So thank you, Taryn, I really love it. And there's the back, which lots of Jamie. Really nice. Oh, look at those blue eyes. Oh. Sassenach. So that's my lovely bag from Taryn. Thank you. So I'll put her details down below along with Jay's cross stitch as well. So that's all, folks. Just a mini stitch with me type situation. This is Lucy Calcutt 1825, which I just showed you, and this is the one I stuffed up that I need to fix. So this bit's correct. Somewhere along here I've counted wrong because that should sit closer to there according to the picture. So I don't know what I did, but I did something wrong. And so I'm going to have to pull all of that out. So that's sitting to the side in the naughty corner. This is the central motif, which I really love. And I'm just doing the flowers that come out on all four sides. And then it's got this little random flower that comes off to the one corner, which I'll just show you here. So just working these flowers, and then that little one there, and then the basket vase urn thing, I've done that bottom bit, and then I'll move on to the flowers after I finish this bit. Excuse the mess in the background. So yeah, so this is that basket urn, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. And normally I would have my chart open at the back there, but obviously I don't want to share that with every man and his dog because people need to buy the pattern to support the designer. So yeah, so it's really handy having this on the end of my trolley. So just to show you, like when I'm going up, I'm going the legs are going the same way, but I just start at the top because obviously I can't go in the other hole because I just came out of that. I might just work to the left to do the leaves in a second. So for those, I had a couple of people, Leanne and Georgia, asking about stitching on linen. Once you get used to it, it's very easy. Sorry for shaking this. If you've already stitched on linen, I'm sorry if I'm telling you stuff you already know. So you're just coming up, you're just counting 2 threads. So if I come up through here, I'll show you. There's 1, 2 threads in the warp, and the weft has 2 threads. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2 over and 2 up, and I'm going in that corner there. And then obviously I've already got that stitch there to tell me where I need to come up. So, oops. Just want to come up in that. It's hard to do it when I'm doing it one-handed and looking through a camera. There we go. And then down into this other corner. So hopefully you can see what I mean. So I'm just looking for 2 threads over. Oops. There we go. And obviously if you haven't stitched on linen before, you've only stitched on 80, you might want to start on a lower count linen, like 25 or 28 count. 28 count would be equivalent to 14 count Aida. And this is 36 count. Oh gosh, it's so hard doing it one-handed. Even though I've gone in the top right corner instead of the bottom left corner, it's still going in the same direction, so that's fine, in case you're wondering. Sorry this moves, it's very hard to hold it. So that's all, folks. I'll continue on with my stitching and leave you all to your stitching.
belongs to the possum family, which is different to, say, the kangaroo family or the bandicoot family or the rodent family or whatever. So possums are basically tree climbing animals, but gliders go one better and have this stretchy skin membrane which allows them to glide. This one hasn't probably had a good glide in about 10 years, but she's an older glider, fairly, you know, sort of similar piece of bushland. They all live in trees. They spend the day inside a hollow. You can have a pat while I'm coming past, and they come out at night time to feed on sap, which sounds a bit weird, but in winter when there's nothing, they're worried about a bigger animal coming in and taking them out.
Biting you.
No, she's just
Licking the salt off your skin,
Yeah.
I think. It's
What
it's dinner time for some time, long enough to give him the name Billy Bob. And he was deemed unreleasable because of his injuries, which aren't that obvious anymore. He doesn't seem to have any real injuries. He's a bit hard for me to bring out because he's sort of got the capability to get up and run. So I'll sort of bring him around. He pooed in there too, mate. That's really nice. A lot of people think it's sort of rat-like, and they are to a degree, but of course they're a marsupial too. So we're talking about an animal that's every bit as much a marsupial as a wombat or a glider. They just happen to look rat-like. And that's unfortunate because a lot of people see them on the road and don't give them the time of day and just run them over. I should say at night. Equally, a lot of people don't like them in their garden because A, they're rat-like, and B, they dig holes. But what they're doing is actually degrubbing your lawn. So when they're extracting out a grub, you know, those grass-eating grubs, what is it?
A baton.
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 You are right. Oh, come on.
I've seen it before.
Well, that's okay. Kangaroo. I don't like the term personally because to associate a marsupial with a rat isn't taxonomically correct because rats are rodents and don't have a pouch and aren't marsupials. This is very much a mainstream marsupial because it's a member of the macropod or kangaroo group. And kangaroos do things that are different to rodents. They hop along on their back legs. I didn't bring it. Do you want some dog love? I think that's a dog. I think he really likes the dog love. And they're all fussy. Over there. What's happened to Rufus Bet? Well, sorry, I should go back a bit and say, well, before they were called rat kangaroos, they actually were called betons because it's an Aboriginal name. And the name beton probably isn't a local Aboriginal name, but it is an Aboriginal name. And I think quite often because animals are found in many parts of Australia and cross a lot of language groups, the name that sort of works easiest for. So before they go anywhere, after they've woken up, they will stretch those back legs out. Big kangaroos do it the other way. They just lean right back and just stretch the legs that way. These guys, because they're little, they can stretch the legs behind them. It's quite a weird thing that they all do it. And as soon as they do it, I'm ready for them to hop away. You can see a theme here, but we had Baby, we had Billy Bob, we've got BB, and we've also got a wombat called Bumpy, so it is the B team tonight. But we've only, because we've now got people, what are they called? Mycology? No. What's the word for fungi studiers? Yeah, that'll do. He said it. I think it's mycologist is the sort of term. But anyway, mycologists are now telling us that without these guys going around in the forest digging up fungi and spreading it around and doing what they do, the beneficial fungi that roots need, tree roots need, are not getting spread around the forest, and our forests actually aren't as healthy as they should be without these guys doing the work. So bandicoots, but particularly betons, because of their ability to move around, they're quite mobile, eat fungi. And if they're not there anymore, they're not doing the job. And they're not here, they're not in Brisbane, they're gone. I'll guarantee they're gone. Well, in the Sunshine Coast, another Aboriginal name, Woombye, which is up near Nambour, if you happen to know it. So this is Woombye. See if you can guess what sort of owl she is.
Wedge-tail.
I don't think the box is big enough for a wedge-tail actually. Although she is a big owl, they're the second biggest species of owl in Australia. And the biggest true owl in Australia. She probably will flip on the floor. It's that time of the day. Owls are waking up about now and going, time to go out and feed. Woombye, little people. Big owl. Yeah, masked owl. It's got the facial mask. To a lot of kids it's a Harry Potter owl, but I can assure you it's twice the size of the Harry Potter owl. And this is a top order nighttime predator. What you've got to remember is that eagles and hawks really don't eat any of the animals that I've shown you tonight. That's why these guys come out at night, to avoid being eaten by eagles and hawks. But they can't really do much about owls, because owls are out at night time too, and owls have a great way of hunting. It's called silent. So this is, along with the barn owl, which is its smaller cousin, this bird is, there she is. That's a travelling companion. Her plaything. She's actually managed to keep that for over a year without tearing a hole in it, which I think is something pretty special for her. And she'll often drag it into the burrow and use it as a pillow. So they really do have a bond.
Oh.
And a security blanket to boot. So here's the reason that I have a Tasmanian wombat. Some of them went to over 30. I don't know if you've ever carried a 30-kilo bag of something around with you, but you don't carry it far. And if you do, you end up with a crook back. And that's pretty much what happened to me. Over the years, my back just got worse and worse from lugging around big animals. So I did a bit of research and realised the average weight of a Tassie wombat is just under 20 kilos. So my semi-retirement wombat is going to be, if I can get one, it's going to be a Mariah one. And I'll be very happy to cuddle a 15 kg wombat. He's just under 20. And that's a bag of cement, if you're wondering. Bag of cement is based on 20 kg. So I guess everything's relative. People have much to choose theirs for all sorts of things, including getting bitten by other wombats. The way wombats greet each other is a bite on the bum, which doesn't hurt because it's a big bony plate. But if a wombat comes up to you and bites you on the toes or on the back of your shin or your hand, it goes right through. So they're actually quite powerful chewers. They have to be to dig a hole and chew through roots and all the other stuff they do. You show us your teeth, probably not, because you don't want to. But they're like giant rodent teeth, except that, you know, a rat's that big and a wombat's this big, so you amplify everything that they can do. Hated by them because every morning there's something they've chewed up and they leave their poo in the kitchen. But of course we share a...
You can inside, put inside pie